Hello everyone. I've tried to film the intro for this video, like not just intro, like I've started recording probably like a couple of times. Um, there's that energy again that was here Monday, where it was a back and forth of do I say this, do I say that, is this for me, is this not for me? Here is this card again, Pegasus. Transcending. This was the last card last time. I'm gonna keep it. I'm just gonna go with it because it's almost like you can't put too much intention behind it. You have to leave it very open. I'm usually very hyper focused on, like, I would like a message for myself kind of thing, but now I'm seeing that it's more of, it's kind of like a continuation of yesterday where there were three paths, but eventually they all lead you to, one another. So we just gotta, I think it is a continuation. So we go from transcending, which was yesterday's last thing, last card. Um, Eagle Spirit, Freedom. I'm gonna put them like this, I think. I like that. So now we have Eagle Spirit. I don't know if that's gonna be in frame. I hope so. Freedom. Again, above everything, right? Flying, right? Now this is an actual bird now, but still foggy underneath. And there's a unicorn back down here. Number 13, lucky 13. And let's do one more, because why not? And then Raven Spirit, 32 with truth. So this is interesting again, visually for me anyways. Because you see how she's also in a fog? Like, um, and she has a crown, but the crown is almost like, it's not solid. It's like a, it looks like a hologram. I don't know how to say that word now for some reason. It looks like a hologram, like, but it's there. But like you really have to look to see it perfectly, but it's there. Yesterday we had figures flying, and then today we have actual birds. Transcending, freedom. I gotta check if I'm recording. I am recording. Okay, good. I am. It is the same as Monday. It's almost like Monday is mad at me for not doing the reading, and now I get to do it again. Because interestingly enough, in one of the readings that I did on Monday that I never posted, freedom was one of the cards. Doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. You know how ravens are Odin's birds? Well, he has two ravens. Wisdom and thought. I don't remember exactly their names now, like their original names, but I remember that they translate to. One of them is wisdom and one of them is thought. And they fly around the world and they gather information for him and they bring it back. So now with the Tao thing, it's almost like, it's like me trying to figure out what these readings are. It's not so much figuring it out as it is letting it flow, right? Because the right message will get to you eventually. Judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Exactly. There's the path thing again. So there is freedom in releasing, trying to know everything. Yeah. While I am a very trusting person, I wouldn't say I'm controlling, or I try to control my environment. I learned a long time ago that that does not work for me. But I'm still controlling in the sense of like, I really, since I know that I have the possibility of foresight, whether that comes from honestly just being hyper aware and like having, being like neurodivergent or whatever, it could be that, or it could be a, a nice sense of intuition and like a gift, right? Whatever you want to call it. I know that I can foresee things if, but sometimes foreseeing is not, how do I want to say, it's not a control thing, but it is a control thing in the sense that I want to know what's next. And right now, this week has been very blinding for me. Like, it's not that I'm not connected to my inner knowing, or it's not that I don't have, it's not that I don't have, I'm not intuitive this week. It is that I am, but the message is so broad. There are so many possibilities that there's not, it is impossible for me to pinpoint one thing. And that makes me feel like I am going about the world without seeing, in a way, or in a fog. That's what I keep, because she's in the ground, she's in the forest, but you could tell that she's in this environment where it's, you can't see too far ahead. Like there's a tree there, but you can't see it perfectly, and you can't see even further than that. So it looks like a time for you to wait. It's more of like, just wait and see. Just wait and see what happens. Trust that you have, now this is coming through like a guardian kind of thing, where you're being looked at after, and everything's going to be okay. Oh wow. This card is a little scary. I had not flipped it over. Death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. The fact that these colors align with each card, right? Green, this is very green. Judgment, it's like purpley, there's purple there, and then this is like reddish orange, and that's what that card looks like. Endings are beginnings. I don't see the death card, honestly, not even in tarot. I mean, it could, I mean, yeah, it could be literal death, but even that brings up new beginnings in a way. But this could be a death. Me struggling for the past 5 minutes with the, am I tapped in, am I not tapped in, why can't I figure out what the message is? That could be an end to that, an end to like doubt, definitely. And just speaking what you want to speak, and just say what you want to say, and then eventually it might not make sense to you, but it will make sense to someone else, or it will make sense to no one until, I don't know, 3 months later. It's, yeah, it's just letting things go, because you, whether you think so or not, the looking, right? This could be you looking for this message, or scanning your below you where it's foggy to look for this, right? For the truth. Oh wow, yeah, now that flipped completely. You're looking for this. This is not you now. This is what you're looking for. Oh, this just flipped over. Okay. That's the 3 of Cups. Again with the 3 stuff. This was yesterday too, but I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it for some reason. I don't feel like taking it. And now that just completely stopped, like it pushed my train of thought somewhere else. But yeah, it's like you're looking for the truth, but you have to trust that it's going to get to you. You're gonna have it. Sometimes you can't really see the truth if you're above it all. You're gonna have to come into the fog, and trust that while you're there, right? It's okay to be in the fog. While you're there, this wisdom, this truth will come to you. And yesterday, was it yesterday? There was something about, yes, it was yesterday, information. Information is transformative because you did not know that. You didn't have a sense of awareness about that fact before you knew it. So then it is life changing, right? Because like I was saying, like you add this truth to your arsenal, and now you can move about the world. You can move about the fog with new information. But it's like trusting that you always have, it says it right there, release the need to know all the answers. Trust that you would have the answers that you need, and the truth and the wisdom that you need when you need it. And don't try to hold on to everything. That makes a lot of sense to me too, because it's like sometimes the more knowledge you acquire, the more you want to know, or the more you want to have. And you have to trust that your soul will bring forth the wisdom that you need when you need it. Just how sometimes you've never experienced something before, like this is the first time you've ever experienced this specific thing, but you know how to navigate it so well. You have to trust that that happens always for you. Like, okay, 3 of Cups, and then the 4 of Pentacles. This little dude hiding there, it's really funny because now it looks like 5 Pentacles to me, but no, it's 4. But and then a little window of someone peeking through. It, now I'm seeing an image of like there's this celebration here, because this is a celebration between like it doesn't have to be 3 people, but it could be like yesterday where it was like mind, body, and spirit. It's kind of like, okay, we're united now. And this is like the 4th element, which is your physical reality. This is so interesting. Peeking through like, oh, these mother effers are celebrating without me, or like, oh, it's my turn next. Like I wasn't invited to the party or some shit. That's so funny. Falling under judgment. This is like I'm seeing it now. Like it's curiosity, but it could also be judgy. It could be like a judgy kind of thing. The crown. She has the crown. I don't know. I don't know. I just want one card, so let's see. One more card. Temperance. Well, the 2 of Cups. The 2 of Cups, which is also Temperance, the Temperance card in this deck. Here we go again with the 2 Cups. Yesterday we had the King of Cups, and he had 2 cups, and they were both overflowing in like infinity kind of thing. And this is also infinite, like it just goes from one cup to the other. Very healing. for the emotional part of your life for sure. This could be inner healing, and it could be outwardly in the sense of, because in regular tarot this is depicted as two people bringing forth their cup to each other. So one turns to two, and this, it's really interesting that we have 2, 3, 4, but it's all mixed up. It's not in a specific order. Same thing as yesterday, where this is 4 and 13. 1 plus 2, 1 plus 3 is 4. Okay. So yeah, many paths to go through that will all lead you to one another anyways. And release judgment even for yourself. Sometimes we think, oh, I could have done that 2 years ago, right? But you didn't. It's okay. You were meant, the way that your life was going and the decisions that you made were still gonna allow you to do what you should have done a year ago, right? But it just took you a little longer, and that's okay because you went another route. It's it's time to release the 3 of Pentacles in the back. 2 Cups, 2 Pentacle cards. The 3 of Pentacles is also about this card too. The 3 of Pentacles is about working together. There's that Trinity again. That is so interesting. And then the 5 of Swords, which now looks, because the 5 of Swords is usually in the regular tarot is one person. It's actually 3 people in the card. Very interesting again. The image is one person holding 3 swords, 2 swords on the ground. One person's in the background like crying, and another one's like following them, I guess, to like, it looks like to go and comfort them. And then the person that's staying in the front with the 3 swords is just looking back like, what the hell just happened? Everything, it's like after a fight kind of thing. But these people are they're, it's not a fight. It's not a fight to the death. It's not a fight in the physical sense. It's more of like, this could be you versus you. It's definitely, I don't think it's an external thing, because the Trinity is leading me back to mind, spirit, and soul. It's leading me back to, it's an internal struggle that you're having. And she's no way. She's holding cards as well. 3 cards. And this is looking like higher self, you. You're one and the same. This is a very much internal thing. And it's going to be different for everybody. It's going to be a different thing for everyone. I don't even know what it is for me right now. Like, I understand the message. Now it's all flipped in itself. Because now, before I was kind of upset that I was getting a message, right? And I couldn't understand it. But now I understand the message, but now I don't know how to apply it. You see how it's like, you have one thing, but you don't have another. You have one raven, you have the wisdom, but you don't have, your thoughts cannot be in order. Or you have thoughts in order, but you don't have the wisdom. It's like, you have to wait and trust that you will have the answers you need in the moment that you need them. And I think it's because you're meant to be surprised. I don't think it's a bad thing either, because these are not bad cards. This is celebration. This is healing. Like, it's just, this is the Sagittarius card. It's like the teacher, the student, all of that energy of like knowledge and replenishing oneself and like harmony. So it's not a bad thing that's happening. It's not. It's looking more like a death to a limiting belief, actually, than anything else. And then with the Four of Pentacles, the Four Pentacles, the image is someone like holding on to this coin. So it could be holding on to this rooted belief that you have because of self-judgment, might be, or judgment from others that you have internalized. There's freedom coming to that belief. You're letting that flow, and you're letting that go where it needs to go, because you're gonna get the truth and the wisdom, and you're gonna apply it. You're actually going to apply it to whatever presents to you in that moment, whatever, whatever you need to. Interesting. All right. Yeah, let me do crystals. Let's see. See what this wants to be today. I get imposter syndrome sometimes. And just follow me here, because I know I just started that sentence with very loaded statement, but I get imposter syndrome sometimes, because I'm like, am I talking out of my ass, or like, and even if I am, I'm still saying like insightful things, so that doesn't matter, right? But that's how silly imposter syndrome is. This could be something that relates to this. Like, you really, really, really should not be doubting yourself or second guessing yourself anymore. It is time for you to stop doing that shit. Stop it. Like, you can't ask for confirmation about like where you are in life, or your abilities, to or anything. You cannot ask for confirmation, get it, and then doubt it again. You should not do that. It's detrimental to your advantage, to your advantage. Well, it's detrimental to your advancement, to your transcendence, to your freedom, to your truth. Authenticity will always trump anything that's not authentic that you could do just because you want to gain attention in that moment, and you know that you could have it. You could always get attention. You know that, right? Like, you can always get attention for things that really don't matter to you at all. Like, if you want to start getting attention all of a sudden, like, just dress, I don't know, in a very like peculiar way, or even if that's not who you are, you could still do it and get it. But then, won't you be bored of that? Like, that's gonna be so boring for you, because yeah, it's like you gain attention for this, but like, that's not who you really are. So it's like, I'm not gonna do it for long. You know what I mean? Like, authenticity trumps anything that's cool in the moment, or trendy, or whatever. Just be authentic. And you're not an imposter. But then again, I circle back, because now it's an internal thing that I'm dialoguing with myself. It's like, why do I feel imposter syndrome when I am doing something that I do like to do, and that now I realize that I'm good at it, but now I feel like an imposter? There's something to dissect there for me. For me, anyways. Okay. Let's do the book. Let's see what quote comes out. So 28 and 3, that's going to be 31, 41, 73. All right. 73. Pie makes everybody happy. Honestly, yeah. Okay. I love how this was. This is why I like my guides are really funny. Honestly, I think it's not that I owe my sense of humor to them, but I think now that I'm like tapped into my spirituality, or something that it's a practice for me, it's a daily thing, you start having this relationship with God, universe, spirit, whoever you have this relationship with, right? Whoever you believe you're talking to on the other side, or whatever, even if you think of the other side, whatever entity or energy, you start having like a back and forth, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful kind of relationship. It's like a friendship, obviously. And then your guides have personalities, and here I was getting two, but now I think it's three. And the message was, it was kind of stern, but it's a beautiful message, right? It's a beautiful message of, don't get in your own way, because you do have the truth and the wisdom at your disposal at all times. Because the fact that you're getting this message is confirmation that you have truth and wisdom disposable to you at all times, whether it comes from an external, like you seeing it like a reading and resonating with it. Boom, I got the message that I needed, so therefore, yes, I have the wisdom and truth whenever I need it. Or it could be the person speaking, that's a confirmation for them that, yeah, I receive messages, because I am getting the message that I need to receive at the moment. You know what I mean? Like, it's the the message is a beautiful one, and it was so hard to get through for me. Now I'm realizing it's so hard to get through, because it had to get through to me. Okay, got it. But then I opened the book, and obviously the quote is going to be a silly, goofy thing. Pie makes everybody happy. Like, that's, yeah. And to top it off, oh my God, I can't. To top it off with the confirmation, because honestly, every time that I look for the quote, if even though the numbers add up to 73, and I try to stay as true to myself when it comes to, like, okay, I'm gonna open to page 73, but sometimes it's not the quote that's here. Sometimes it's like 73 but quote 73, because this is actually quote 72, so I might go to the next page, or I just don't feel it at all and I go somewhere else. But this is the page, and this is the confirmation. Why? I'll tell you why. For me, anyways. And if it's for me, it's going to be for other people. 72 is not a big deal for me, but 7 and 2 equal 9, and 9 is a big deal for me. Also, 72 backwards is 27, and 27 is a very, very, very specific message for me. And the name of this person, her last name is Anderson, and that's also a confirmation, because I know someone with that last name. Someone that was very, not was, someone that is very dear to me has that last name. So, yeah. What day is it today? 28th? It is the 28th, right? Let me check. Yeah. So yeah, this is my message for sure. This is what the reading is for anyways, but I really hope it resonated with somebody else, and someone else can take some truth out of here. You gotta believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, because there's no other way around it, you know? There really isn't. Whether you take the path that means that you second guess yourself, and you don't believe in yourself, or you don't believe you could do a certain thing, that path will lead you back to, it would just resonate with the fact that, hey, you should do this again, try this again. No, I'm not going to do it. Okay, you take another path, and then you'll end up where you had to be anyways. You know, it's going to lead you where it needs to lead you. Initially, where it wanted to lead you initially, I should say. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. And if you're in the path of this hurricane, you will be safe. And I'm wishing you the best.